Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with clean intermittent fasting, followed by my OMAD, which means that I have nothing for all the hours that I'm fasting except black coffee, unflavored, and plain water, unflavored. Then I have my OMAD, one meal a day. And it's a hearty, substantial meal. And it works. And I've been doing it for a few years now, so it's my way of life, it's my way of eating, and and that's how I roll. And yes, sometimes it's difficult with other people that want to have like me be normal, like eating dinner or staying up late and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I'm working on it, I guess I could say. But anyway, I love my food program. It is the one thing that it's my baseline of stress relief, of feeling okay, of helping with anxiety. It's just the nice beginning. When my food for the day is in place, I'm in a happy space, and it just continues to work for me. I don't know how to describe it any other way. Being a foodie, if you're a foodie, maybe you understand. Maybe yours is more severe. Maybe it's less severe. But I know that knowing what I'm going to have and when I'm going to have it is what works for me. I love doing my job fasted. I begin at 6 in the morning, I end at noon. And so that whole time, I just have black coffee or plain water. And I get up early so I can do things like this, either make my video, plan my video, answer comments on the video, or I just do my other things, my YouTube podcasts that I watch, answering emails, and usually preparing my great big salad. I have a great big salad every day, and then have something on the side. And I've already had my meal today. I went out to lunch with a friend. It was nice. The friendship um, is a good one. We enjoy each other's company, and the food is secondary. Although I'm a food is usually a very important thing for me, and I love my food. But yeah, so I did that. So I'll go to bed relatively early tonight. I'll get up tomorrow morning and I'll make my salad. Today I'm working on three Olivia's organic lettuces that will go into it. It's baby butter lettuce, arugula, and spring mix. And then I have little gems, those little baby romaines that I get at Trader Joe's. The one of like a quarter of one of them chopped up in the salad as well. Some craisins, some crumbled blue cheese, a couple of organic mini peppers, and some broccoli coleslaw, and I think that might be it. And so that will be my salad that I'll have tomorrow. I have some Pete and Jerry's organic jumbo eggs. So I will have two of those soft boiled tomorrow with some bacon and some sauteed asparagus. That will be on the side. And so that will be my OMAD along with, or I don't think I'll make it into an omelet because I do like soft boiled eggs when they're jumbo and with a pat of butter in them. And then I will probably have my opal, which is that yellow, kind of looks like a delicious apple, but it's a little bit different flavor. It has almost a different texture as well, and it tastes a little bit sweeter, a little bit more appley. I find that sometimes in the winter, apples don't taste, they just don't have a lot of flavor to them. So the opal does have the flavor. And then a stick, I've got one more Sargento Colby Jack stick that I will have for my end of the meal treat. And so it all works for me. And those are the sort of meals that is the sort of meal that I will have every day. I don't know what I'm going to plan. I have the day after tomorrow off, so I usually like to cook something. I like to have something baking in the kitchen, although I kind of have a hankering for fried pork chops. I fry them in a little bit of butter and coconut oil in my hex-clad high-sided pan so that the splatters don't get all over the stove. And having one of those with maybe a Yukon gold potato or half of a sweet potato along with my big salad. And sometimes I put the asparagus cold into the salad. So I was just thinking of that I probably want that tomorrow. So I keep it very, very simple. I keep it, unless I'm making a soup or something, and then it's kind of my happy space in the kitchen. But usually I cook simply and like a pub burger, a pork chop, a piece of steak with the salad, and sometimes a veggie on the side. And I find it to be totally satiating and filling. I use Bragg's olive oil dressing, marinade and dressing, and I also put into the salad extra virgin olive oil, and I think that's it, just those two things. And it works. And I have it, I have the same dressing all the time. I don't buy the bottled dressings because they're primary, before all the chemicals that you can't read that come at the end of the ingredients that's this big on the label, usually canola oil. And canola oil is a bad oil for your body. Your body does not like it. It just is highly inflammable, along with things like vegetable oil and safflower oil, grapeseed oil. The good oils are the extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, macadamia nut oil, coconut oil, and there's probably a couple of others that are good to have, and your body likes them. And I'm not afraid to use the amount that I need to have my salad be moist, not dripping wet, but I like there's no bowl of liquid left when I'm done. I just like to have the leaves gently moistened, and that works for me. There are times that I do have a sugar item. There are times that I do have a bread item. There are times that I have pizza as well, but something along the way has taught me and allowed me to enjoy a goodie, a treat, a thing that I used to overeat a lot of, not binge, but just eat way more than I should have at each seating. And I'm allowed to have a couple of pieces of pizza now, a cookie, a slice of something, 2 slices of pizza with my salad, and I'm okay. And so I feel quite blessed that it's worked out to be that way. There were times that I just had the no control. And so I feel blessed today with how that all works out. It's not overnight to get to what works for you. I hope that whatever food program you have, that you're in a happy space, that you're in a comfortable space. Winter for me is just this cold season. You can't really go out much. There's not a lot of really, fresh farmers' produce to choose from. So I kind of, chopped celery goes into the salad as well. I was just thinking of the things that I get. And so I kind of am fortunate in the way that I like the same big salad every day. I don't really get too bored with it. Sometimes I go from blue cheese to feta. Woohoo! Huh? Yeah. And but outside of that, it's pretty much your basic salad fixings, ingredients that I said. And I'm happy to wash, rinse, repeat with the side part of my meal. So I just go along, and as I said, I do like to, have the time in the kitchen. It took a long time to get to this place, so don't be discouraged with yourself if you find that you have 4 steps forward, 2 backwards, 1 good day, and then another backward step. It happens, we learn, and the fact that you can bounce up and watch a video like this or other videos about food habits and changing your behavior with food, shows that you want to make changes in your life. So don't put pressure on yourself if you're not a shining star right out of the box. It's food, and we're supposed to have food. And we've been taught that food is a reward, and it's used as a reward, and it always is. I mean, or if we're happy, sad, mad, glad, all of those things, food can be the answer. And if you were raised to believe those things, and you might have had somebody in your life that used food for all those things, then you know what I'm talking about. And so, you might continue that trait. I know that I do. I mean, food still is. When all else is said and done, food, makeups and breakups and new relationships, all the excitement of the I can't eat, I need to eat, I'm eating too much, I'm so sad, I could just bury myself in chocolate chip cookie dough. We're human, so don't beat yourself up. This we didn't get to where we are in this place where we want to make changes overnight. And so have some patience. It'll come. I'm 74, a late bloomer. So if you're thinking that it's too late for you, I don't know too many people older than me that, do podcasts or listen to me, but it can happen. The good things can happen. The little changes can become part of your routine. And in a month or two, you look back and you say, what did I do before I didn't have this, or I did do that, or I changed this up? It's amazing. And some people say it's the same way with exercise. I work for a living where I walk up and down aisles shopping for food for others. So I'm always behind a cart, lifting heavy things, bagging things, lifting them, and pushing the cart and pulling the cart. And opening up great big walk-in doors and produce doors where I have to find, certain items that a customer might want that are in but not out on the floor yet. And so I do get a lot of exercise that way. But, the changes, I mean, when I started, the first change that I made was Weight Watchers. I'm going to do that. And I did it for a few weeks, a few months. It's all fading, but I lost 17 pounds. And so that was my start. And, there's nothing like a little motivation with the scale. I don't use a scale anymore. The only time I find out what I weigh now is when I go to the doctor. And I had 2 back-to-back doctor appointments that just both happened to weigh me. One was the regular semi-annual. I can't remember what the other one was, but they weighed me. And, the weight was the same. Those Protecto scales, they don't make mistakes, right? And so I learned what I weighed, and it is what it is. I've never been so maintained, so steady with what I weighed. I never weighed this low amount in all my years. All my years, I was always a good 40 pounds more than what I weigh now. And even then, I thought I was way too overweight. I had what's it called? Body dysmorphia. And so even with those 40 pounds, I still was active. I still was solid. I still kept going. And then from the Weight Watchers and then doing the keto and now doing the clean intermittent fasting with OMAD, I've maintained this weight since I started, since I hit this low, and it stays there. And so I'm happy. And so next year I hope I weigh the same. If I don't, oh well. I enjoy what I eat. I don't have that deprivation thing. I think having the OMAD is how it all fits in very nicely. And if I want it, it fits in there. It doesn't happen 4 hours later or at midnight when I think of the idea that I missed that, I want that, I'm going to go have that. It has to wait until the window, as it were, opens for the OMAD. And then I can put it in and enjoy it and know that there's another day that I can have it. So I don't have to build up to that, what we call budding in AA, budding up to drink, budding up to eat, so that would be BUE, boo, something like that. at like do is that boo, and and so I don't have that today because I'm not depriving myself. Sometimes I delay having it because my OMAD doesn't begin for 7 hours, or I've planned it for Friday when blah, 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 blah. So sometimes I have to delay that treat, but it just makes it all the more enjoyable when I get to that because I can see the beauty of the wait and the pleasure that builds up in anticipation. Never had that before. Had to satisfy it immediately, right? Get that item and get it in there. And now I don't have to do it that way. So it's nice. So when I shop in the stores, I'm back to work tomorrow and I'll find maybe an item or two that will sound good. Like I said, I think I'm due for a pork chop. I had some country ribs that I put in my new little baby crock pot with some Stubbs barbecue sauce. I had that as my side to my salad for the last few days with a thing of Uncle Ben's whole grain rice. I was going to say whole wheat rice, whole grain rice. And that was good. And I had that 3 days in a row, and that's all gone. And so I'll have the eggs tomorrow, go to work, and figure out how I'm going to do my weekend meals. And who knows? I've got some burger in the freezer, and I'm thinking maybe a mini meatloaf because I've got those organic peppers too. I could chop them up and put them in it, and put some bacon on top. Sounds kind of good to me. And then what meatloaf I don't eat, I can crumble up and put in a meat sauce and have that with, I don't know, spaghetti, eggplant, zucchini swirls, um, anything. So when I make something, it's with the idea of the leftovers that can be turned into something else. And it just all works out. I'm lucky because I cook for one, so I don't have to please anybody else's palate or their diet or the time that they want to eat. And so I'm fortunate that way. And so I go with it. So that's my video for the week. It remains an ice cold place. I just look forward to the temperature not being in the 20s or teens, but I guess we have another week of this coming. And I sure look forward to the thaw. We did have a warm day yesterday. I remember bringing out groceries. I bet it hit 40 something, bringing out groceries to cars, and the sun was out and it was warm and there was no wind. And I guess I said, oh, this must be the January thaw. But I do look forward to warmer weather. I'm sure a lot of you do. Winter does have the way of just going on and on. And this particular month of January has been wicked long. Although it seems like I did the video for last Friday a minute ago. So go figure. The long month it feels like, and yet from one video to doing this one today, it felt like, 2 snaps. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for being here. This is how an older woman practices doing clean intermittent fasting and OMAD, black coffee. I'm featuring Major Dickinson's French roast, beans in my grinder, and then in my espresso, my French press. Oh, my light is playing games these days. I might have to get a new light. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see. Oh, it's like the conductor turned off the lights. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you here the next time. Bye bye for now.